The galaxy had always known peace, at least on paper. Countless species coexisted, their borders defined by a mix of treaties, trade agreements, and mutual distrust. The Galactic Union had governed them for centuries, but nothing could prepare them for what was coming. It started with the human. Evandrel, a man, a soldier, and most unexpectedly a father. In a galaxy teeming with advanced technologies and ancient civilizations, humans were often seen as outliers. Their ways were unpolished, primitive even, compared to the highly sophisticated species they shared the stars with. But there was something in their nature that set them apart, something that couldn't be ignored. Elizabeth, Avon's daughter, was a reminder of everything that made humanity unique. Young, bright-eyed, and gifted with a brilliant mind, she was a symbol of humanity's potential. But on this day, her life and the fate of the galaxy rested on the shoulders of her father. Evan had never imagined his life would take such a drastic turn. Just a year ago, he was a simple civilian on Earth, working a quiet job. He'd never asked for the diplomatic assignment or the responsibility of leading humanity's first contact with the alien races. But when the Union called upon Earth's representatives, he couldn't turn it down. Elizabeth had been only 3 years old at the time, her mother lost to the mysterious forces that seemed to haunt their family. "Don't worry, Evan," a voice said from across the room. "We'll find a way. The coalition is behind you." It was Elizabeth's teacher, a telepathic creature from the planet Navarre. Her presence was calming, but Evan could tell she too was worried. A threat had emerged. The Zalian Empire, a warlike species, had turned their eyes toward the galaxy's peaceful alliances. Their fleets were assembling, and whispers of invasion had filled the air. The Union, for all its advanced technology, was divided. Negotiations had failed, and now all that remained was war. "Please, do it quickly," the alien diplomat from the Ethra species said, his words strained with urgency. "We can't afford to waste any more time. If the Zillions breach the defenses, it will be over for all of us." Evan felt the weight of those words. In that moment, he realized something. The galaxy had never truly considered humans to be a force of their own. Earth had only just begun its rise into the larger galactic stage. But it was Evan, a single father, who was now tasked with saving it. The moment came. The holographic interface flickered in front of him, the symbol of the Union's most esteemed council members hovering before his eyes. It was a room of the most powerful beings from across the galaxy, all now looking to him for leadership. "Humanity has an unknown factor," the Hadron representative, an insectoid diplomat, said quietly. "You are unbound by the old ways, Evandrel. Your species has fought through adversity, with nothing but will and resilience to guide them. But can this unknown factor work in our favor?" Evan clenched his fists. "It's not just about will," he said. "It's about hope. Our kind, we don't give up. No matter what. We find a way, even when there doesn't seem to be one." Elizabeth's face flashed in his mind, the bright, hopeful face of his daughter, who was the true beacon of humanity's potential. He couldn't let her future be one of destruction. He couldn't let her grow up in a galaxy ruled by war. "We need a plan," the Ethra diplomat urged, his voice tinged with anxiety. "I'll give you one," Evan said. His mind racing, the plan was simple, but it was also terrifying. The Zalians had a technological advantage, a fleet that outnumbered the Union's by thousands. But there was one thing they lacked. They underestimated humanity's resourcefulness. Evan knew that he and his kind could exploit this. It was the key to their survival. "We need to make them believe we're weaker than we are," he continued. "I'll take a small team, infiltrate their main command station, and disable their weapon systems. You'll use our distraction to mount a counterattack. And once we breach their defenses, you'll hit them where it hurts." A tense silence followed. The alien representatives glanced at each other. The odds were slim, but Evan's conviction was undeniable. Humanity had always fought against the odds, and this time, Evan wasn't alone. The galaxy's species, for all their differences, were united in their respect for his courage. They understood what Evan was willing to sacrifice. Not just for his own people, but for everyone. The operation began under the cover of darkness. As planned, Evan's team, a mix of humans and alien allies, had one goal: to infiltrate the Zalian flagship. He had promised Elizabeth that he would return, but in his heart he couldn't make any guarantees. "Are you ready?" Elizabeth's voice came over the comlink, her tone calm but full of concern. "I'm always ready, sweetheart," Evan replied, his voice breaking slightly. And as the mission unfolded, Elizabeth was the beacon in his mind. Her love and her faith in him reminded him that he wasn't just fighting for the galaxy, he was fighting for her. The Zalian flagship was formidable, but Evan's team moved with the precision of a force underestimated by their enemies. The alien races had failed to grasp the essence of humanity's greatest strength, its ability to adapt and to fight with everything it had. Even when the odds seemed impossible, after hours of intense infiltration, Evan and his team disabled the Zalian weapons system. The tide turned quickly, and soon, the other forces of the Galactic Union launched a counterstrike, crippling the Zalian fleet. Victory was within reach. As the battle raged on, Evan received a final message from the diplomat who had once doubted him. "Please, do it quickly," the diplomat repeated. "The future is in your hands." Evan took a deep breath and turned his attention back to the battle. His resolve was unwavering. And in that moment, as the galaxy shifted from the brink of destruction to the cusp of peace, he knew one thing above all else: humanity, through its boundless courage, had changed everything.